Have you ever felt like your world was in ruins? Like everything you've built, everything you've believed in, has just been burned to the ground, broken, and left forgotten? It's a devastating feeling, isn't it? You look around and all you see is rubble. The whispers of enemies become roars of mockery. The quiet doubts of others become loud, condescending laughter. It feels like you're standing alone amidst the ashes of what once was, and the weight of it all is just crushing. This is exactly where the story of Nehemiah begins. Imagine a man living comfortably, serving in a king's palace, who receives news that his ancestral home, the great city of Jerusalem, is in shambles. The walls are torn down, the gates are burned with fire, and his people are in great distress and reproach. He could have just sighed, said a quick prayer, and moved on with his comfortable life. But he didn't. He wept. He mourned for days. He fasted. And most importantly, he prayed. But this wasn't just any prayer. Nehemiah didn't pray for an army. He didn't ask for overwhelming power or for his enemies to be struck down. He prayed for purpose. He prayed for favor. He prayed for a chance to do something about the devastation. His heart broke for his city, and that broken heart became the catalyst for one of the greatest comeback stories ever told. He approached the king, not with arrogance, but with a humble yet bold request. "Let me go and rebuild." And because God's hand was upon him, the king said yes. So Nehemiah journeyed to Jerusalem. When he arrived, he didn't immediately announce some grand plan. Under the cover of darkness, he surveyed the ruins himself. He saw the broken stones, the charred gates, the sheer scale of the disaster. He felt the weight of the task. He understood the ridicule he would face. Many would have turned back right then and there. The task was monumental, almost laughably impossible. But Nehemiah saw something else. Beyond the rubble, he saw a vision of what could be. He saw a restored city, a protected people, a revived hope. He gathered the people and shared this vision. He didn't sugarcoat the difficulty. He didn't promise it would be easy. Instead, he said, "You see the trouble we are in. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace." Then he told them of the gracious hand of his God that was on him. And in that moment, something shifted. Hope sparked in the hearts of the discouraged. They replied with one voice, "Let us rise up and build." And so, they began the good work. But the moment they picked up the first stone, the opposition started. Sanballat and Tobiah, their enemies, mocked them. "What is this you are doing?" they sneered. "What is this feeble thing you are trying to build? If even a fox climbs on it, he will break down their stone wall." The ridicule was designed to crush their spirit before they even truly began. It was meant to plant seeds of doubt and make them feel foolish for even trying. How often does this happen in our own lives? The moment you decide to rebuild, to start that new project, to mend that broken relationship, to pursue that dream, the voices of doubt and mockery appear, sometimes from others, and often from within our own minds. Who do you think you are? You're not strong enough. You're not smart enough. You're just going to fail again. But Nehemiah and the people didn't stop. They kept working. As the walls began to rise, the mockery turned into anger and threats. Their enemies conspired to attack them, to create confusion, and to stop the work by force. The threat was real. The people became afraid. Their strength was failing. The rubble seemed endless. They were tired, scared, and overwhelmed. They came to Nehemiah and said, "The strength of the laborers is giving out, and there is so much rubble that we cannot rebuild the wall." This is the critical point in any great endeavor. It's that moment when your initial enthusiasm has worn off, the reality of the hard work has set in, and the opposition is at its peak. It's the point where most people quit. But what did Nehemiah do? He prayed to God, and then he set a guard. This is such a powerful lesson. Pray like it all depends on God, and work like it all depends on you. He armed the builders. Think about that image for a second. In one hand they held a trowel, a tool for building, for creating, for restoring. In the other hand they held a sword, a weapon for defending, for protecting what they were building. They worked from sunrise to sunset, with their weapons always at the ready. They were builders and warriors at the same time. This is a picture of what it takes to rebuild anything of value in your life. You have to do the work, lay the bricks, mix the mortar, but you also have to be ready to defend your progress. You have to defend your mind from doubt. You have to defend your heart from discouragement. You have to defend your vision from the naysayers. You build with one hand and you fight with the other. You fight the fear. You fight the threats. You fight the exhaustion. You fight the tears. Nehemiah's leadership was incredible. He told the people, "Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes." He reminded them of their why. They weren't just building a wall. They were fighting for their families, for their future, for their identity. When you have a why that is bigger than your fear, you can endure almost any how. And so they worked, day and night, through the fear, through the threats, through the exhaustion. And then the impossible happened. In just 52 days, the wall was finished. 52 days. A task that seemed to require years was completed in less than 2 months. When their enemies heard about it, they were disheartened because they recognized that this work had been done with the help of God. The laughter of the mockers fell silent. The threats of the enemies evaporated. The walls of Jerusalem stood tall and strong once again. They were a testament not to human might, but to the power of faith. They were walls built by ordinary people, priests, merchants, perfumers, goldsmiths, men and women, fathers and sons, who chose to believe in a vision, who refused to quit when it got hard, and who trusted that God was with them. This story isn't just about ancient walls. It's about the walls in your own life. What has been broken down? Is it your confidence, your hope, your family, your dreams? It may look like a pile of rubble right now. The task of rebuilding may seem impossibly large. The voices of doubt and fear may be screaming at you. But remember Nehemiah. Your journey starts with a prayer, not for an easy path, but for purpose and strength. It continues with a decision to pick up your tools, even if your hands are shaking. It means building with a trowel in one hand and a sword in the other, ready to work and ready to fight off the negativity and discouragement that will surely come. And here's the most important part. You are not building alone. The same God who strengthened Nehemiah's hands is ready to strengthen yours. When you feel weak, He is your strength. When you are afraid, He is your defender. When you feel lost in the rubble, He is the architect with the master plan. The impossible becomes possible when you realize the project isn't solely on your shoulders. So today, take a look at the ruins in your life and don't despair. See them as a construction site. Pick up your trowel, pick up your sword, remember your why, and start building, one stone at a time, one day at a time, because when God strengthens your hands, no enemy, no doubt, and no obstacle can stop your rise. The walls will be rebuilt, and they will stand as a testament to your faith. Thanks so much for watching with me today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We love building this community with you. Until next time, keep building.